My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite PrizePicks entry for UFC Vegas 77. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say more or less, higher or lower than the numbers you see on the screen, and you can 10 times your money. You can even get some wrong and still get paid. It is every sport. It is super flexible, and they will give you free money to play. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks, use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. They will give you free money. You give them $20, they'll give you 20. You give them 100, they'll give you 100 instantly that you can use to build an entry. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks. That promo code for the free money is WWP. Let's go ahead and jump in. When you come into PrizePicks, you have a few options here. You have significant strikes, you have fight time, takedowns, and fantasy score. Significant strikes is always a very tough one because that is a subjective number. There's literally a human being with a clicker watching the fight saying, yeah, that was significant. No, that wasn't. And depending where they are, the Vegas ones are usually pretty solid. But once they start leaving and going to different commissions and stuff like that, the numbers can be a little fast and loose. The only times I like to do significant strikes is if the number is stupid low or stupid high. These are all very solid. I don't like any of these. So we're going to go to fight time minutes. Fight time minutes is sometimes you're going to get some hidden gems in here. These are all very tricky. Azat Maksum, he is a finisher. He has finished plenty of people, but Tyson Nam is tough. 11 minutes, the less is probably the way to go there, but I'm going to leave it alone. Evan Elder, Gennaro Valdez, the more is probably good there, but I'm going to leave it alone. And then Francisco Prado and Atman Azaitar, man, that fight could be 30 seconds or 15 minutes. So we're going to leave these alone. We're going to go to takedowns. There are two takedown lines that I absolutely love here. I like the more on Aylin Perez. She is going to take Ashley Evans Smith down. That's how Aylin Perez fights. She just took down Stephanie Egger, her last opponent, twice. And Stephanie Egger is very, very good at takedowns. So the fact that Aylin Perez was able to take her down twice tells me a lot. Ashley Evans Smith is going to come forward. She's tough. She's a tried and true vet. I think Aylin Perez is going to take her down. Ashley will survive. We're going to get another round out of it, or she'll get up. We'll get another takedown. So I like that one very, very much. And then Holly Holm. I think this 1.5 takedown line is a mistake. It's not literally a mistake, but I think they messed up because, frankly, Holly Holm has been nothing but wrestling in her last couple of fights. She's coming in here. She's working in takedowns more than we've ever seen her do it as she's aging. She's fighting Mayra Bueno Silva, who's got power in her hands. Yes, she's got good jiu-jitsu, but I don't think Holly's going to be afraid of that. And we only need 2 takedowns out of her, and we have 25 minutes to work here. So I like the over 1.5 on Holly Holm. Frankly, you could just do these 2 things, and you should be good. But let's head on over to fantasy score. Actually, we'll go back. Alexander Munoz. I like him as well on over 2.5. He has been gone for 2 years, so it's a little bit, what are we going to get out of him? But Carl Deaton's a tough guy. Alexander Munoz has more than 2.5 takedowns in every single fight he has ever been in his entire life. We need 3 out of him. I don't think that'll be a problem. He's a college wrestler. I think he was D1. I forget what his actual D1 accomplishments were, but he was a D1 wrestler. He was the alpha male wrestling coach forever. And Carl Deaton is going to get taken down. So I like Alexander Munoz to get to 3 takedowns. Then we're going to go to fantasy score. My 4th leg here that I like is Victoria Dudakova, more on fantasy points. Listen. I get it. UFC newcomer. I get it. We've seen a couple of these 6-0, 7-0 newcomers just absolutely shit the bed. I personally do not think that's Victoria Dudakova. I think she's going to come forward, let her hands fly, get some takedowns, and work. At 87.5 fantasy points, you don't even need a finish. She could win a decision here. If you get a finish, you're soaring way past that number. That is a pretty low number. I like that quite a bit. I think Estela Nunes, who has been finished in every single UFC loss, basically, who has 3 minutes of cardio. Yes, she's dangerous for 3 minutes, and then she's gassed and she's done. I think Victoria Dudakova, who we just saw win a Contender Series fight on one leg, can absolutely get this done. So I like them more there, but feel free to leave that out of your entry if you're not as confident as I am. Jacob, for example, is on the exact other side of that pick. So leave that out if you want. Leave it out. Aylin Perez more on fantasy points is probably solid as well. So you know what I'm going to do? I already have an entry with the Victoria Dudakova. Let's get that out of there. Oh, I already have Aylin Perez takedowns, so we'll leave this here. Let's go ahead. I'll show you the entry that I already built. You can do Aylin Perez more fantasy points as well because I think she's going to... Let's go back. We're going to build one. We're going to build one with Aylin Perez fantasy points instead of takedowns because I think she murders. Let's go back to the board. We're going to do fantasy score more. We're going to get rid of the takedowns on her, and we're going to leave this entry. We're going to do $20 at it. I always like the flex play because you know what? Week in, week out, let's be safe. So let's lock that in. Here are my entries. The first one we built was Holly Holm, 1.5 takedowns, more. Munoz, 2.5 takedowns, more. Aylin Perez, 1.5 takedowns, more. Victoria Dudikova, fantasy score, more. If we build the second one, if we look at the second one we just built, it's a little safer. Holly Holm, more than 1.5 takedowns. Munoz, more than 2.5 takedowns. Aylin Perez, more than 71.5 fantasy score. I think she's going to get the takedowns, potentially get the finish. If not, she's still going to do really, really well in that fight. Ashley Evan Smith coming back after 2 years away. 2 years away. So we should be good there. Those are my entries. Build your own and do it with the free money. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks. Promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. Take the free money. Gobble it up. All that free money. Build yourself an entry. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks. Promo code WWP.